Hey everyone, welcome to Sims Fosters. So it's been a while since we've been back here, so I just wanted to catch you guys up real quick on how things are doing, how everybody's doing, and all that. So we obviously have Jack here, and his what? Oh, I don't even know if they're married. They might be engaged. I'm not exactly sure. Him and his love interest, Fetia here, um, who actually I realized something. Would actually technically be somehow related to the girls, Nani and them. I believe to Nani. She might even be Nani's mom. I don't know. It'd be kind of a weird storyline growing up there, but we'll have to wait and see how this works because I believe she has the last name that Makoa has. But anywho, Blaze, which is their oldest son, is now a child. And I edited up his looks because he had really long hair and I didn't want him to. I kind of wanted him to have his dad style looks. And obviously he has the magical powers. Like I said, he would ultimately have the magical powers because these guys have magical powers before, well, Fatia did. So there was a chance that he got it. And I don't think that they know that he got it yet, but he obviously did. So this is his everyday, this is his formal, this is his athletic, his sleepwear, his party wear, his swimwear, his hot weather, and his cold weather. But that does not stop here. If you guys remember, we adopted a little girl and a little boy who are brother and sister, and we didn't really adopt them. We're fostering them right now, and they are Rita here. I edited up her looks as well. So this is her everyday look. Her formal. Her active. Her sleepwear. Yes, it's pretty bright. Her party wear. Her swimwear. Her hot weather. And her cold weather. And we also are fostering her little brother, who was a baby when we first got him. But now he has aged up as well. And his name is Caden. And so, Caden, this is his everyday look. His formal, his sleepwear, his party wear, his swimwear, his hot weather, and his cold weather. And then, in the last episode, you guys will know that Fatia and Jack decided to have another child of their own. And this would be their final child that they have themselves because they plan on at least adopting. We don't know if they're going to adopt Rita and that or what's going on yet. All I know is they did have another child and they were pregnant when that last episode ended. They ended up having a little boy, and to be honest with you guys, I was really trying to figure out a name for this child. I don't know why. My mind just like went blank, and the only thing I could think of was Baby Yoda. So, Baby Yoda inspired Yoda Scott. So, yes, they named their child Yoda, which, I mean, in some ways, maybe they're Star Wars fans, so they would name their child after Yoda. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that in my book. I just don't think I would do it, but this is his everyday look, his formal look, his sleepwear, his party wear, his swimwear, his hot weather, and his cold weather. So let's go ahead and actually jump into the game, and I want to check on something before I do that, but I'll show you guys if it is or if it isn't. But I will see you guys in the game. Okay, so I just checked and made sure that Fatia was not that girl and that I thought she was, and being the mother of Nani, and it turns out that she isn't, so that's definitely a good thing. I think that would have been a little bit of an awkward thing. She just happens to have the last name. But if you guys, I don't know if I had all this stuff yet when I did the last episode, so I did have a little bit more in here. And upstairs I added this room, I believe. I don't know if I had that or not. all set up. But yeah, I added a little bit more to the series, and these guys really need to get a job, because I mean, even though he is a freelance writer, fetia is more of like a stay-at-home parent. Maybe she could do something like a freelancing kind of like Jack does and get some money, because they only have $3,000 and they have a lot of children to tend to. We gotta see what his writing skill is at, though. Okay, so okay, he has a level 5 writing, so he's pretty good. If he could do that one, that would be great. Freelance, check for gigs. Meanwhile, let's check up on the littler ones and see how they're doing. Okay, Caden is a little bit tired, and so is Yoda, for that matter. Blaze is doing well, and Rita has to use the restroom. So, okay, Rita, go ahead and use the bathroom, and then you can go to sleep if you want when you're done there. But, it's getting late, so I do think that these guys should head to bed soon. But, Blaze, since he has aged up, we're gonna have to make this room his. But right now, he doesn't have anything in there. That's because I didn't get a chance to do that. Plus, we're not too big on money right now. And I figured Yoda and Caden could share this little room here off to this room, because they're the youngest ones. So I figured they would want to have that. And so their house is kind of full right now, but I was kind of, like I said, also, I did add this room here. This could potentially eventually be another bedroom if we would need to, but I just figured, I mean, why not? And I want to adopt a teenager, but I know you'd have to do it a certain way, so we're gonna might have to wait a bit for that. But we have a couple birthdays we have to do. We have to do Caden's birthday today. We have to do Fatia's birthday. And Yoda's is coming up. So we might actually have to deal with Yoda and them in the next episode. But I might do Caden and Fatia in this one. We'll do Yoda in the next one, because Yoda is supposed to be a little bit younger than Caden. So maybe tomorrow we'll focus on that. But Jack, why don't you go ahead and read Yoda to sleep, and then Fatia, we're gonna need your help. Maybe you can read Caden to sleep. And I think we'll pick this up in the morning because it's kind of late here in The Sims, so we'll pick this up in the morning. Okay, so it's the next morning, and it's very rainy here. There's actually thunderstorms and all that, so I don't think the kids will be going outside to play, but Caden and them are getting up to eat their breakfast. Jack has been working nonstop trying to gain some money, and he's just trying to do anything because he really wants to help out his family. And Fatia's seeing that and really trying to figure out, like, they have this huge house. It's a beautiful home that Jack loved living in, and she's just trying to figure out a way that she could potentially help him and gaining money, but she didn't want to make him feel bad because she has to get a career. So she was actually considering maybe getting a job, and then the kids would just have to go to daycare for a little bit. Because, or maybe even having a family member watch them, like Ambrose. And so she was talking with Ambrose overnight, and Ambrose said that he'd be willing to watch them while they're away. He said, but it's just going to be a struggle right now because of things. But she takes that with a grain of salt. And what that means is she knows that is the case, but she is going to go ahead and get a job, just to help out around the house for a little bit, and then eventually she's going to stop because she knows that the kids are getting older and she's getting older, so she doesn't really want to work too much in her life. But I was kind of figuring maybe she would go down the law route. So she has to file court documents. Because I've never had a sim become, or she has to attend depositation. So she's actually a law process server. So she's pretty low on the field of law, but she's at least got a job and she's trying to, or the phone, choose a 10, okay. So, and with Jack working more so from home, she has the opportunity to work outside the house as well. So she, I think, is going to go ahead and attend what she has to attend. Meanwhile, Jack is hungry, so he's going to grab something to eat. And then I think he is going to go ahead and make a cake for Fetia and Caden's birthday. And then we'll edit up Caden. I don't know why I edited him up when I knew like this. But these guys are playing around and having a little bit of a chat. Looks like Caden might need a bath then too. So things are definitely not the easiest right now for these guys, and with money or all that, and I think they've kind of bitten off more than they can chew a little bit, and they want to do so well for Rita and Caden and their children Blaze and Yoda, but they don't understand that they're young, they're just starting out in their lives, so they don't have as much money, but they didn't want to say no to them. And so these guys are kind of knowing what it's like to be a little bit poorer than usual. And the babies are upset because of the snow, the rain and all that. So I can't really do much about that. But it's actually almost fall, so I'm hoping that that might slow down a little bit. But while he's eating, let's go ahead and see what the little ones are up to. Looks like Yoda has elected in playing. That's fine. Caden is wandering around the house. That's okay as well. So as long as they're not getting into any sort of trouble, they seem like they're doing pretty good. We might have to have like someone else potentially move in as like a helper. I wouldn't mind having someone move in and do that. I just don't know who would be willing to. Dean. Grace, but she has her own kids, so I don't want her to do it. Maybe we could do someone from Fetia, that Fetia knows. Well, Fetia don't know very many people. And Jack and her are only boyfriend and girlfriend right now. I definitely think it might be time for Jack to potentially pop the question soon. But Jack is extremely tired, so yeah. Blaze and them are home from school. And it's also going to be a lot easier when Blaze and them get older because, I mean, it's not really their responsibility, but they might help out with the kids as well. I think Rita would because Rita loves her little brother. And so I think she would help. And I'm pretty sure Blaze would help, honestly. But for now, these guys are knowing quickly and unfortunately hardly that having kids can be draining. And I have no idea why he has dog poop in his inventory, but whatever. We're not going to question it. But we're going to... He said he learned a little bit of a potion while he was doing witchcraft, and the potion helps with being tired and drowsy and stuff like that. So he's going to go ahead and make one of them for himself and drink it so that he can at least get some of the kids taken care of while Fatia's doing her work at school. Meanwhile, Rita and Blaze are kind of off doing their own thing. I believe Rita is back now. She's gonna give Kaden a bath then. Or Fatia's back, I'm sorry. I think Fetia we might look online. Like, we might look and potentially look for someone that would be willing to come on in and be kind of like a au pair, I believe they're called, or like a nanny type of thing, just temporarily, till we can get off on our feet. And so we're going to go ahead and do that. So she's actually going to go ahead and do that, and then so he's giving Kaden a little bath. And these guys are also kind of feeling bad because they feel bad because Blaze doesn't really have much in his room. And I thought I gave you a sleep thingy, but apparently not. Okay, how about we switch then, since you're drained. Fetia, you just have to use the restroom, so you could do that. She's already put a post out saying that they're looking for a potential nanny or au pair to help them out. And then, Kaden, did you actually get a bath though, friendo? Because you might even be done. Yes, he did get a bath. So the only one we have to give a bath yet is no, Yoda is hungry. Okay. So okay, hang on a minute. Okay, now we're good, guys. They're about ready to get fed. So, and I fixed Fetia because she was glitching out. But she's also hungry and that, so maybe she should come down here and make something to eat, since I don't think that they have anything in dinner. So, how about we'll just do grilled cheese. And if you are tired, Yoda, you can go to bed. But Caden, on the other hand, is hungry, so why don't you come eat some applesauce? Blaze is tired, so Dak's trying to relax a little bit. I think he's getting stressed out and all that, which I think if I be trying to do everything that he's doing at one time, I think I would be a little bit stressed as well. So parenthood is definitely not easy. And I think these guys are getting a harsh realization that that's the case. And Yoda is upset because he's hungry. He's gonna go grab his applesauce, and then Fatia, when you're done eating there, maybe you could give him a bath since Jack did. Caden? Sleep. And Jack's getting a shower. All the older kids are sleeping. Good thing is, though, she works again in 6 hours, but she has done everything that she has to do, so she might get a promotion. And then, Jack, why don't you come down here and clean out this, and then grab something to eat, and then I believe tomorrow we have to do Caden and M's thing. Okay, so now give Yoda a bath. Jack's taking care of that. And these guys are desperately waiting and waiting and waiting for a response from a nanny. Anybody really. And I think I might have somebody in mind. And she said that she'd be willing to move in if she needs. So they said that temporarily we'll have someone else moving in with them. Just another set of hands to help them out. And who that is, you guys are about ready to meet. So they will be moving in tomorrow, they said. And they said that they're willing to help out with the kids because we're family to them. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so it's actually the next morning, and our nanny has finally arrived. And yes, it is Isaac. So you guys might have remembered Isaac from being a part of Sim's family life, I believe it was, with Grace and them. He is one of Grace and Jasper's children. He is a young adult, and he's offered his help because he helped with some of his younger siblings and all that. So he kind of liked the idea of becoming like a nanny for these guys. So he's helped out a good bit. And he's just pretty much going to be an extra set of hands to help out. And Jack went ahead and made himself a little cake. Isaac, though, is super dead tired, but he's been helping out with the babies a lot lately because since he's gotten here, because these guys drastically needed it. Like, Jack and them were dead to the world, tired, and now they have something else to eat. But if I know... Yes, it is Caden and M's birthday. We have back-to-back-to-back birthdays, actually. So we might actually age up all three, since I just realized that. And then we're good. Okay. So we'll have to make another thing, and we'll just age up all three. That way it's going to be a lot easier on these guys. But Isaac's still going to stick around and be like a helping hand when it's needed. Isaac is dead tired, though. But Isaac also gave the family $40,000 that his mom gave him to give to them because she's a sweet woman. I think Grace is a sweet woman. And she would definitely want to help out family when they need it. For now, he's going to go ahead and sleep in Blaze's bed, though, because he needs some sleep. Yoda is eating, and then he's gonna head to bed for a little bit while and that. Why don't you go ahead and make another cake real quick, Jack, while he's eating, so that way we can and then we'll actually have to set up their bedrooms and all that. And I would probably do that off camera, and I'll show you guys in the next episode. Set up Isaac and M's bedrooms. But for now, he's sleeping in Blaze's room. Blaze is offered to sleep on the couch for now, until that's done. And so I'll be back once the cake and that's done. Okay, guys, second thought, I've decided not to age them up in this episode. I decided that they're going to just pretty much... I'm going to edit up their looks in the next episode. But in this episode, Isaac had moved in to help out the family and all that. And we're going to go ahead and edit up his rooms and that. And I'll be back and I'll show you guys them real quick. And then we'll end this out. But Isaac moved in. These guys figured out that parenthood is not best for them right now because they're really struggling with it. And fetia is now in the law field, but she is really struggling trying to get her feet out there, try to get a little bit more money for the family. And Isaac came in with a little bit of help for that, but it's not going to be there forever. So, with that said, we're going to go ahead and fix up the rooms, and I'll be back in just a bit. Okay, so I went ahead and added a little island area here as well. But this is going to be Isaac's room for now. Isaac is sleeping in here. And I thought would be a cool way to do this is Isaac could eventually inherit the house as like a payment thing, which would be really neat. And this right here is going to be Blaze's room. So that's all I got for now. In the next episode, we'll edit up their new looks, and we'll dive a little bit more deeper into these guys' lives individually. But thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Sims Fosters, and I'll see you guys all next week for another episode of Sims Fosters. Peace!